Well, now my colleague Teresa Su joins us from downtown Beijing for more on this. Well, Teresa, the air quality in Beijing doesn't seem to have gotten any better. We see more and more people putting on masks out on the street. So what do you feel right now?
Well, Mamang, not as good as you are in the studio, definitely. I haven't been feeling 100% myself, missing out on my exercises, being really careful about not moving that much at all, but inevitably we have to work outdoors. So I have been feeling a lot of watery eyes, episodes of lightheadedness, and really itchy skin. Like last night I went home, took off my makeup, and just really feel like I had a rash. So I have to be really careful about that. But I'm sure you feel the impact as well, and we're all on the same boat. I heard people complaining about loss of appetite and even as bad as having cabin fever and depression, and a lot of frustration across Beijing, really with the persisting smog. Clinics and emergency rooms filled with patients coming down with respiratory syndromes. Heart attacks and strokes are also very common at this time with the haze, just as bad. Now, looking at the long-term concerns, researchers are looking into how the air pollution actually impacts the reproductive system. Shorter lifespans, that's been mentioned by scientists who have been studying China's air pollution for over a decade. The World Health Organization have linked bladder cancer as well as complications in childbirth to air pollution. Lung and cardio diseases we already know. Now, the two groups of people that we should really pay attention to are the elderly and children, who could be really vulnerable and who have weak immune systems, and as well as people who are suffering from asthma and also COPD, or people who have chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Wang Mamang?
Well, thanks very much for the health advice, Teresa. So the heavy smog has lasted for about a week. What has the city government done to come up with measures to deal with this condition?
Well, I'll just name a few because you covered it early on in the introduction there. In Beijing, we're definitely trying to limit cars on the roads by 20%. The government is really urging the public to make use of subways, buses as much as possible and try not to drive. We all know that Beijingers love to drive. And in schools, flag-raising ceremonies have been canceled, outdoor activities, sports as well. In the long term, the government is saying, let's try to slash PM 2.5 by 25% by 2017. Heavy fines on corporate polluters. Now, also long-term basis, the China Academy of Social Sciences just published a blueprint saying two things. Number one, we need to speed up the legislation of an Air Pollution Prevention Act, and at the same time, we need to look at strengthening enforcement of laws that are related to pollution. Also, as you mentioned before, we'd like to have a cold front at any time soon. It is expected on Thursday to blow away the haze. But meanwhile waiting, experts are really stressing on self-care. What that means is, as I mentioned earlier, wear a mask. And the best quality grade that we could get is an N99. Also, very importantly, is to boost our immune system. What that means is drink plenty of water, lots of vitamin C, lots of phytogreens from a balanced and nutritious diet. Sleep is also very important, and I couldn't stress this enough. Stop exercising because it really, really puts a lot of pressure on the body. And certainly we don't want that. Also note that the air that we are experiencing right now in the past week, it is 10 times higher than the standards that are set by the United States Environmental Protection Agency. So these small remedies, short-term remedies, could really protect ourselves and prevent us from short-term and long-term illnesses.
Well, Teresa, you might want to put your mask back on right after this live shot. Thanks very much for that.